The problem today is this. Can the technology we criticize for carbon emissions also help us solve the climate crisis? Are we getting more benefits from it than harm?
We can't ignore the digital world's carbon impact, Michelle. Servers and data centers use a lot of energy. More data means more environmental cost. It's a cycle.
Guy, I see your point, but technology offers many solutions that are better than its harm. AI predicts climate patterns, and IoT saves energy. These are big changes.
Ryan, but aren't we depending too much on technology to fix its own problems? Also, not everyone benefits equally. How do we make it fair for all regions?
Exactly, Sonia. It's ironic, isn't it? The resources for these solutions can harm the environment they aim to protect. It's a careful balance we need.
But if we always worry about the carbon impact, we won't use technology's potential. New green tech like renewable-powered data centers shows we are on the right path.
Interesting. So Guy and Sonia, do you think rules instead of new ideas might be important here? Maybe it's about how we define and enforce green practices?
Rules are important, Michelle, but they shouldn't stop new ideas. They should support green tech and fair access for all regions. We need both.
But Sonia, who decides what's fair? There's a risk of tech monopolies or leaving some areas behind. We must be careful.
Maybe it's not about taking sides. We should use both rules and new ideas, getting the most from technology and reducing its harm. It's about working together, not problem.
A teamwork, Ryan, that brings positive change without adding to climate problems. It's a challenge, but also a chance to redefine tech growth. How can we make sure this balance stays? Let's talk about the main issue, geoengineering. It's exciting, but is it right? Are we taking too much control with technology, or is it necessary?
Michelle, geoengineering is bold but worrying. We're changing big natural systems. If it goes wrong, we can't undo it. Can we take that risk?
Guy, I understand the risk, but think about climate change. We need all the tools. Geoengineering can give us more time to become sustainable.
Ryan, rushing into geoengineering is risky. Who decides how to use it? The ethical questions are big. What about global agreement and unknown outcomes?
Right, Sonia? Once we start with the tech, we can't stop it easily. We might depend on these technologies instead of solving the core issues.
But are we too negative? We change the atmosphere with emissions without everyone's agreement. Geoengineering could be better if we use it well and openly.
Openness is key, Ryan. With global inequality, who gains from these solutions? We shouldn't make the tech gap bigger between rich and poor countries.
And what about trust? Will people believe geoengineering is safe and works, or will it increase doubt about climate efforts?
Trust grows with proof, and if geoengineering works, people's views might change. But it's tricky, as failure means losing trust and making things worse.
A tricky situation for sure. Is it worth risking ecosystems forever, or could small tests give us needed insights?
Small tests can be safe, but many different groups should lead them, not just those with money involved. Everyone should have a voice to prevent misuse.
True, but even with small tests, unknowns are there. Geological and climate systems are complex and connected. Unexpected effects are a real concern.
There is uncertainty, but with good oversight and science, we can reduce risks and improve plans. We're already using tech for changing climates. We need to adapt.
Can the world agree on values and ethics for geoengineering? Or does climate change force us to make solo choices? It's a serious question. Nanotechnology seems to promise miracles in combating climate change, yet it's rife with controversy. Is it the tiny solution with massive potential, or does it present more complex challenges?
Michelle, nanotechnology might be one of the biggest tools we have, but it's like a double-edged sword. On one hand, nanoscale materials can capture carbon efficiently. On the other, nanoparticles' environmental impact isn't fully understood.
Guy, true, but we can't overlook the transformative power of nanotech. For instance, nanomaterials can enhance solar panels' efficiency beyond current limits. Isn't that worth the risks?
But Ryan, harnessing nanotechnology isn't just about breakthroughs. Who has access to these advancements? Who regulates their use? The disparities might widen, creating yet another technological divide.
Exactly, Sonia. There's also the issue of scalability and cost. Can developing nations afford these technologies, or will they be left behind as wealthier countries advance?
If we focus only on problems, we stop progress. By making global rules and working together, we can share both the good and bad sides and maybe close the gap instead of making it bigger.
Ryan, is that just a dream, or can it really happen? Do we have examples where global cooperation successfully manages such technologies? How can we ensure equity and safety in these nano solutions?
We have past lessons, Michelle. Look at how ozone layer issues pushed global action. If we set clear guidelines and include diverse voices, we can guide nanotechnology wisely. Otherwise, we risk repeating mistakes.
But Sonia, who is in charge? If tech companies lead, how do we make sure they put public good before profit? It's not just about rules, it's about who makes the rules.
Rules can change with technology, Guy. We need to involve not just experts and leaders, but also the people who are affected. This way we can make open and fair systems.
Inclusivity is key, Ryan, but we need action, not just talk. How do we enforce regulations in places where governance is weak? Can international bodies truly monitor nanotech's rapid growth?
And let's not underestimate the ethical dimension. Are we fully considering potential health impacts of nanoparticles? Their long-term effects might be a macro challenge, not a minute miracle.
Agree, Guy. Can we draw from history to inform our future, ensuring nanotechnology becomes a pillar of hope rather than a source of division or harm? It's crucial we define our path now before it's dictated for us. AI and technology freedom, are these the protectors of our future or the forces we can't control? Could they be both strong tools for change and possible dangers?
AI is amazing, Michelle, but it uses a lot of resources. Just training AI models needs a lot of computer power, which leads to more carbon emissions. We might create big systems that use our energy resources.
Guy, if we worry too much about energy use, we ignore AI's benefits. AI helps make renewable energy better and reduces waste in supply chains. It can be our environmental protector.
Ryan, what about AI's control? If it goes unchecked, who decides? AI should help people everywhere, not just some users. Are we creating protectors who decide without human input?
Sonia, that's a valid concern. With AI's freedom, the risk is power in the hands of few big tech companies. They might make policies that help them more than the planet.
But guys, look at systems that watch environmental changes. They warn us about floods, forest health, and more. We need platforms where tech giants and governments work together for green tech to help everyone.
Collaboration is good, Ryan, but does it happen enough? How do we keep these tools as helpers without taking too much control or focus only on profit?
Global rules must change to fit this new reality, Michelle. Policies that support equal access and stop the takeover of AI are important if we want protectors, not giants.
Yet, who makes these rules? Often it's groups with resources and goals, not those most hurt by climate change. How do we change that power imbalance?
Innovation can change policies too. Guy, grassroots tech movements can push for changes. We're seeing more efforts towards solutions that everyone can use.
Ryan, but without rules, grassroots can be ignored when big players lead the talk. We need systems for accountability, not just open source claims.
A strong point, Sonia. Is the future a mix of grassroots change and top-down laws? Can this mix create balance, keeping technology as our friend? Maybe we need to rethink what matters.
It might, Michelle, but there is deep conflict between company goals and public good. Finding balance is the real test. We're at a crossroads, needing careful hope but clear action.
Indeed, Guy. Maybe technology tests more than climate strength. It tests our ability to work together for global ecological duty. That decides if we're facing protectors or giants.
So when we talk about green tech, the big question is, are we really following sustainable solutions? Or is it just smart marketing, a new wave of greenwashing? Are these technologies truly eco-friendly or just presented as green to gain consumer trust?
Michelle, a lot of eco-friendly products seem just rebranded with green labels. Many industries profit more from the idea than from real impact, often hiding environmental costs with smart marketing.
But remember, Guy, innovation often starts with small, imperfect steps. We should support more companies to go green, even if there are small problems. In the end, this leads to cleaner technologies. It's about moving forward, not being perfect.
But Ryan, without strict standards, isn't there a risk of fooling people into thinking they're helping? Who checks if they are really making a difference? The trust issue has to be fixed.
Sonia, exactly. If rules don't catch up, tech companies might just care for themselves. The question is, who checks their claims? How do we make sure they keep their green promises?
The market can push them too. More people want openness and honesty. Companies that don't follow might have problems. We can see change if we support smarter choices.
Can consumer action alone make these changes, or do we need stricter rules to make sure green claims are real?
Rules are important, Michelle, but rules need to be strong. Without them, businesses might keep preferring profit over the planet. There should be clear punishments for those using green labels unfairly.
True, Sonia. But just having rules isn't enough. We need to make sure they're followed. Otherwise, we're back to square one with empty promises. Who is checking the checkers?
And while rules are important, let's not stop new ideas with too many rules. We need a balance where creativity and responsibility meet. The green path shouldn't be blocked by too much red tape.
Balancing new ideas with doing the right thing, a classic problem in a new area. Can we find that perfect place where technology grows but stays truly green, not just for show?
It's really a delicate balance, Michelle. Maybe making tech companies, governments, and checkers work together can lead to real green tech that isn't just a catchy trend.
Agreed, Guy. We must all watch closely. By working together, these technologies can turn dreams into real results. Until then, being doubtful is wise.
It's a team effort, consumers, policymakers, and companies. If we keep at it, we can change greenwashing into a real green revolution, creating a truly sustainable future.
As we finish, let's think. Can technology alone save us? Does it have all the answers for climate change, or do we need to think about more?
Michelle, technology is strong, but it's risky to depend on it alone. Without changing society and behavior, tech might only help a bit.
Guy, I get what you mean, but we should not overlook its power. Tech like clean energy and better recycling can help the environment. We are moving to better plans, not just single tools.
But Ryan, aren't we missing the social and economic parts? If climate action is only about tech, it might make problems worse if it's not fair for everyone. It's not just a tool, but a part of the whole solution.
Also, relying too much on tech can make us too confident. We're human, not unstoppable. Nature has complex reactions that tech might not fully predict or control.
True, but if we wait for everything to be perfect, we'll miss big progress. We need to mix policy changes with tech to make a big impact.
This makes us ask, are we making solutions for the world or just for money? Technology should help people, not control them.
Maybe the future isn't just about technology against climate change, but working together where technology, policy, and personal actions meet. Or is that too hopeful? Can we make this teamwork happen?
Even without being idealistic, maybe we need a different spark, not just tech. What if cultural changes or community actions are the key?
And with the world joining in, shared platforms build mutual responsibility. It's about connecting different people, not just separate actions. That's the real tech change.
If we mix tech with society to help everyone, it becomes the key tool, not the only hero. That connection keeps us focused in the climate fight.
Maybe our talk about the future isn't about finding one hero in technology, but making a clear story of actions and new ideas.